Okay, I'm happy to be here today. This is Memorial Day 2010, a time of the America's at war, 2 wars. We honor all those that died for our country. We're at the America's Gay Veterans Memorial. It's dedicated to gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender that have died in our wars. We're very grateful to their sacrifice. We honor their memory today. And we have with us today a special guest, General Kerr, Sonoma County. He's on the advisory committee of Service Members Legal Defense Network. He's worked very hard to try to lift the ban on gays in the military.
We're very close to lifting the ban on LGBT persons serving in the military. And it's due to a lot of hard work by many people across the country and by those coming forward. So we hope in the future that lesbian, gay, bisexual personnel will not have to serve in silence. And this memorial is a wonderful tribute to those who've done so. And we honor their service today.
With so many active campaigns going on throughout the world, so many wars being fought, and now with the Koreas looking like they're going to go at it again, doesn't that kind of cause a little anxiety or fear in you?
Well, I think I'm a little more concerned about the Middle East than about Korea. I did have a short tour of duty in Korea. I think they will resolve their differences.
The current thing about don't ask, don't tell. Of course, that's one of the big issues for Tom Swann and the local chapter of Veterans for Peace. You know, he wanted us to get your impressions on that as well.
Well, of course, Don't Ask, Don't Tell was enacted in 1993, and there were a lot of conservative folks in Congress at the time, but society has changed a lot since then. There are prominent gay figures in sports, in entertainment. In Sacramento, the Speaker of our Assembly now is an openly gay man, Mr. Perez, and I think he's a fine leader. I've met him on several occasions. So gay people make tremendous contributions to our society. Our allies have been very successful in integrating lesbian, gay, bisexual personnel. And I think anybody who wants to serve, we have regulations that deal with proper conduct. Allies have been successful. There's no reason that the United States, with the leadership that we have, cannot also be successful.
So do you believe the Joint Chiefs are going to approve what the Congress said about getting rid of Don't Ask?
Yes, and I predict it will happen next year.
I'm Tom Swann, the President of Veterans for Peace and the Chairman of the California Gay Veterans Memorial Association. We're happy to have General Kerr here as our visitor. He's a dignitary. And General Kerr did something special. He went to Sacramento to support legislation by State Senator Christine Keough that would have established a state veterans memorial commission, and it passed the Assembly, it passed the Senate. We both testified before the Senate Veterans Committee, and it passed, and unfortunately the legislation was vetoed by Governor Schwarzenegger. We're happy General Kerr is here. He's done a lot to try to lift the ban on gays in the military. He's working very hard, and we're very close. This is the closest we've ever been to lifting the ban, and General Kerr gets a lot of the credit.
Thank you, Tom. That's very kind.
Thank you, General.
My impressions about the day, being a veteran. I was in the military in the 60s, and I was discharged in the 60s for being gay. And today is very important because in this past week, Don't Ask, Don't Tell has come about. And finally. And eventually it will happen, but that is very significant for all of the soldiers, men and women who have passed away in these silly wars that we have. I read a very interesting article today in the paper. It was about education. How education in this country is so underfunded, but yet we have billions of dollars to spend on wars every month. So instead of sending our children to war, I'd rather see them go to school. I'd rather see them be educated. So today is a reminder to me of all those men and women who have served our country and lost their lives. So today on Memorial Day, I celebrate those men and women and remember them.
Thank you.
Chuck Schoen served 19 and a half years in the Navy, and then got discharged for being gay. He's been a crusader for lifting the ban on gays in the military for many years. He had an organization called the Redwood Empire Veterans Care in Sonoma County, which was outstanding. Had many wonderful projects for many years. He did a lot to help AIDS patients in the early 80s. And he created a giant flag called Big Gus. I'll let Chuck tell us, how large is the American flag that you made?
50 feet by 26.
50 by 26 feet long. Oh, by the way, Chuck Schoen was the one of the first, not the first, but one of the first gays to testify before the House of Representatives to repeal the ban on gays in the military. He did that in 1990, I believe.
And I'm happy to see that we're getting closer and closer to ending this affair of kicking gays out, people that are so qualified to serve the nation here.